ask for a motion and a second on the agenda item requiring a vote. I will then allow questions only as it relates to the current agenda item under consideration using the microphone. Persons using the microphone must first state their first and last name and their lot numbers. Then I will call for a vote. The vote will be taken by show of hands or ballot. When the meeting is adjourned, I will open the floor for questions. All questions will be made using the microphone in the center of the floor. In order to be fair and provide an opportunity for the most people present to access the microphone, the speaker will be limited to either one statement or one question with an option for one follow-up question. If the same speaker wishes another turn on the microphone, they must go to the end of the line. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is the installment of the assembly. In accordance with Article 49 of the Rules and Regulations, the required notice was mailed to all owners of the Association de Condominios La Ventana del Mar. In accordance with Article 49, Fraction 1, Fraction F, I will preside over the assembly in representation of the administrator, and I designate Mrs. Sarina Valverde on my right side over there as Secretary of the Assembly. At 10:05, in a first call, I make a call to determine the quorum. Let's see, in 15 minutes if we have reached the quorum for it. Yesterday, at the time of the registration closing, there were not more people coming in. So at the second call, I asked the audience if they want to go through, because we will have to wait 3 periods of 15 minutes each one. So it will be 45 minutes before we really start with the meeting. So I think so after the first 15 minutes, if everybody agrees, we can make a call for the second and call for the third. If there's no more people coming in, we can call the quorum, if everybody agrees. Okay, so but right now we have 15 minutes. And I will take the occasion so you get entertained before we go ahead. Mr. Etienne Camas from First Alert is here to let you know a service that the company he works with is offering to all the residents of El Dorado Ranch. Etienne, thank you. Please, the micro is over there.
Good morning, my name is Etienne Camas and I represent Baja First Alert here in San Felipe. We are located across the street from the gas station in the main entrance of El Dorado, in Plaza Paraíso, in the local number 8. And our company is Baja First Alert, a personal emergency response company, and I'm going to talk to you about it. But first, I would like to start with a question to all of us. Do you know what to do in case of an emergency? That's one of the questions that we start to work with. And when an emergency happens, every second matters. And that's why Baja First Alert start to step up here in San Felipe. We are personal emergency response 24/7. And we are since 2018 helping our clients and expanding. Now we are from playas de Tijuana, Rosarito, Ensenada, and to San Felipe. According to the National Institute of Aging, falls are the leading cause of death from injuries from those 60 and older. 95 of hip fractures are caused by falls. We have many stories of people falling in the middle of the night, just going for a glass of water or going to the bathroom, spending all the morning, all the night until the morning. Somebody helped them to get up because they had a fracture or something, and that's why we realized that we need to help them in such a way, and that's why Baja First Alert it is. Through our devices that we provide to our clients, you're going to be able to ask for help. Let's continue. How it works, our device. We provide you a pendant or a watch. You can choose which device can be suited better for you. And all of our devices have an SOS button that you can use in case of an emergency, and could be a health necessity, security, or something bigger like a fire or being involved in a car accident, because our pendant has accelerometers that if you had a car accident, it's going to sense it, it's going to trigger the alert, even just if you are just wearing the device itself. But first of all, let me explain you a little bit how our brain works. Most of us, we know computers are incredible machines or cell phones, but those machines have to be programmed. Just like our brains, we program our brain to do activities by itself, and in case of an emergency, one of the things came very quickly in our mind, in our thought is, get my phone and call for help. But to do that, we need to unlock our cell phones, find the right number, dial the number that we want to call 911 or neighbor or a friend, wait if they are available to answer the call, and all of that is resumed to loss of time. With backup first alert in our devices, you only need to press just the button, and somebody's going to answer the call, and it's going to help you go through that. You can use your service in all Mexico. As I explained before, we have clients from Tijuana to here, right now in Baja Norte. And most of our clients like to travel from seasons. From here, when it's hot, they go to the Pacific and vice versa. So they can use it. We have clients who have been testing our devices just because they want to test it in Los Cabos, what's the name? Mazatlan, and the other one, Puerto Vallarta, and another one client who traveled to Midland. When she arrived to Mexico City, she tested the device, and when she went to Chiapas, that is south of Mexico, she just tested the device, and it works. So you can use our devices in all Mexico. How it works, the process, if you would like to sign up. First, I'm going to tell you we have free membership, annual, monthly, and group membership, or most new membership. And you have to choose one of our devices, the pendant or the watch. And as I tell you at the beginning, none of those has a special extra cost. No, those have the same investment. But each device has its own characteristic. The pendant has sensors that can sense a fall or even a car accident. It's going to sense the abrupt hit. And the watch has a screen. Doesn't have accelerometers, but you can check your blood pressure and heart rate. Both of them have GPS, and we can know where you are when the accident happened. But the GPS is activated only when you push the button, because we respect your rights. There is no different price between devices, and this is the range of our memberships. The annually, monthly, and group of 5 or more to sign up at the same time to get the promotion. And this are the cost. Annually, $24.95 a month, monthly, $34.95, and the group is $200 a year only. How it works? You only have to push the button, hold it for 10 seconds, release your finger, wait until the device connects. Somebody's gonna respond the call, and it's gonna assess the situation, because maybe you are in companion or a friend or your relative, and we can start telling them what to do in order to help you, or just send the help right away. Now we're already collaborating with Baja Sunrise Insurance, where if you have to present, if you have an accident in your house or car, you can start with your claim through our devices. Oh, thank Thank you very much. If you have questions, we're going to be outside and we can respond to all your questions. This is our contact number, but before finish, I would like to just do a test very quickly with our device, just to teach and show you how it works. I have the pendant right here. Here is the button. I'm going to hold it. It's going to vibrate. There we go. Now it's activated. This device is going to tell you that your device is activated, this new model. You can cancel it or just leave it if it's an emergency. It's vibrating. Allow you to evaluate if it's an emergency or not.
Calling contact number 1.
Now it's going to call. Do the call. There we go. We have to wait. There is no emergency. I'm just testing. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye. That's how it works our device. Now the person who answered the call is going to evaluate the situation and provide you the right help at the moment. Thank you very much for your time. We will be outside for respond to all your questions, and I really appreciate it, this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tim. Well, first alert. When we are finished, you can go with him outside and he will have all the questions answered. Okay, at first call, we didn't have enough quorum. We have 3 owners, 4 absentee ballot, and developer 223. So that is 223, 227, 230 owners. Okay. Like I say before, we don't have anybody else in line. I make the second call for the quorum, same numbers. I make the third call for the quorum, same numbers. I declare open for the quorum, full with the number of owners, absentee ballots, and the developer votes that we got at this moment. The next point is assignment of clerks. At this time, I will ask 2 people from the audience to become clerks for the counting the votes of the different things that we are going to vote today. The only requirement is that the clerk be an owner who resides at the ranch in order to be able to sign the necessary paperwork after the meetings. May I see a show of hands of these, please? 2 people, please, to be a clerk. We are not so many today, so please. We need this to make it legal.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, we have 1.
Okay.
Don't rush, don't rush.
One
We need only another one.
other person who can count.
I will take cash.
Does the person need to be an owner in Lvdm or Del Mar?
Yes, it has to be.
But the village is okay,
Yeah, it's part of La Ventana del Mar, you are right, Hans. Yes,
so you can count votes.
yes,
I was
because
just asking a question. I wasn't. No, if you be the other person, I'll help.
okay. Then we have our 2 clerks. Thank you very much. Please write the names of Marta and Mr.
Mike Mahoney.
Mike Corona, please.
Mahoney.
Mahoney, sorry. Mahoney.
I'll take it for him.
Okay, so you both are appointed as clerks of the who will be responsible for counting the votes at the meeting. The next item in the agenda is to approve the November 2021 Ordinary Assembly Meeting Minutes as recorded in Mexicali and posted in the HOA website www.ranchhoa.com.mx. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I make the motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Yes.
Okay. By raise of hands, those in favor, say yes, please. Those who are not in agreement, say, raise your hands. There's no one. You voted yes.
You're voting yes.
Okay, so by raising of hands, it's approved.
2 to 1.
I would like to introduce your current supervisors, Denise Lavin and Hans Walshut. I want to thank them for their enthusiastic participation in the committee during the whole year. Being a supervisor is really a very hard work. We have meetings each month, but they get together very often, besides meetings, official meetings with the administration. So I really thank you for all your work. Denise is not present today because her husband is in the hospital. She has been in the United States, helping him. Right now he just left the hospital, so he's getting better. That's the good news. But Hans Walshut is right here. And the next item in the agenda is to present the supervisory committee report, which Hans will do.
Okay.
The micro, por favor, denle el micro.
Hans.
Okay, good morning. Gosh, these are, well, we have kind of like 300 some dues-paying owners, and so obviously you guys are the really good owners who came to come here. Thank you very much for coming. But anyway, let's go with this report. Can you make it? All right, so first talk a little bit about the basic information, and then I'll mention the supervisor's responsibilities, safety and emergency, and then the proposed budget will be discussed by Roberto, and then I'll have one final slide after that, okay? Some of that stuff, you guys who've been here for a while probably know what all this is about, but let's just go through it. And if you have any questions at any time, raise your hand or give a yell, all right? So, La Fontana del Mar belongs to, comprises two kind of semi-separate entities. Lvdm is a separate corporation. I don't know how many of you guys are living in one of the condos, but that's separate, and you have your meeting this afternoon. And then Lvdm is, okay, so that's their own budget, and the contribution from the people that live in the condos to the La Fontana del Mar HOA is this year about $100,000. And that's paid every month out of the dues. Okay, we can go to the next one. And so that money is for the management, the accounting, the audit, the insurance, the security, the entrance facility that's maintained by the HOA, and the pool, the Lapalapa pool, and the Lapalapa restaurant, the electricity and water of the common areas. So, in general, everything that is needed to run the place, have the infrastructure, run the infrastructure of everything on the seaside of the El Dorado Ranch. Okay, so we have still 556 owners on paper in the system that are dues-paying owners. But unfortunately, at the time of the budgeting, we only had 275 owners. But in the meantime, the time of budgeting would be to pay. Okay, so we have actually, right now we have 295 paying dues of the 556. So it's slightly more than half the people that are still lot owners are paying dues right now. So one of the things that I would really implore all of you us here to talk to our sons and daughters and grandsons and granddaughters and see if they don't want to buy a lot in this fantastic place here, okay? I bought my first lot here in 2002. In 2007, I started building, and this was right after the previous recession hit here pretty badly, but was finally ready to move in 2010, and I've lived here full time since 2010, so that's more than 12 years now. And I have to tell you, it's a very, very nice place to live, and you guys that live here can probably second that thought. But it's, when I ask you to maybe find somebody that you know that might enjoy this place too, it's not a scam game or anything like that. I think it's really worthwhile. At least I found that, and I've been all over the world. I used to work for General Motors, and they sent me to Europe, and I lived there for 4 years with General Motors. And they sent me to Australia, and I lived there for 3 years. And this place is very nice, very well run. And Mr. Roberto there does a really good job here in Mexico to have a very nice, secure, safe place. We have, this is all fenced in. On the other side of the street, we have an infrared fence. People try to get on the Lvdm ranch, they're going to be caught instantly. And everybody in town knows that, so they don't, most of them don't even try to come in here and steal or do anything. So anyway, that's the story here. We have 292. Actually, we have about 800 lots here. And at one time, they were all sold. But then people stopped paying dues. And some of them are are in litigation right now, but that's the cold hard truth. That's the only dues paying owners right now. Right. So we have a meeting, like Roberto said, we have a meeting every month, every last Wednesday of the month at 10 o'clock, and it's just for the supervisors. And so we need to do any oversight, to go over the finances or anything else that needs to be discussed. And basically, supervisors have no financial, no decision making. We can recommend, we can review, we can check, we can recommend. Before we moved down here, I lived in Irvine in Orange County, and it's totally different. The board makes all the decisions, and we had a company that implemented the decisions. Down here, our board, our decision maker is Roberto, who is in charge here, and we do the checking and reviewing and recommending. Thank you. Next one. Oh, okay. Okay, so I basically kind of told you already. We check the budget, the finances, the liquid accounts, the past due accounts, the cash flow, all the incidents that happened, the security incidents and any other incidents. And if you haven't been on our website, it's a really great website. You maintain the website, right? This young lady here, she does a terrific job maintaining it. It's a fantastic job. About 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we had a committee that worked on the website. We got suggestions and everything. And it's really an excellent website and everything you want to know. You do have to have a password, which you can get that. And there's certain parts of the website that don't require a password. So if you want to have your kids or grandkids or great-grandkids to look at, get some information, they can get on here and find out a lot about this place without going into the gory detail.
Could you add that all these reports are under the resource center?
Okay. Yeah, I was just reminded that the reports, the ones that really are not visible to non-owners, but for all the owners, there's a section in the website that says Resource Center. And so when you get on the website, when you get your password, click on the Resource Center part, and all these reports are there. And they're being updated every month after every supervisor's meeting. All right? All right, yeah. Way back when, the first time I got elected was in 2010. I moved into my house. My house is a house, the White House on the 7th hall. And I moved in there on May the 19th of 2010. And I will never forget that because the temperature was 112 degrees. And I really felt sorry for all the folks that took all our junk. But so there was a lot of disconnect between the HOA over there and here. But since then, and that's why it's here, our first bullet, we've really, talked together. We said, okay, I mean, this is one Eldorado ranch, even though we have two HOAs, but everything has been going good. The two supervisors have been talking to each other, and everything is being worked out very amicably. Okay, so with the annual report, that's what I'm doing now. And yeah, and the supervisor that's up for re-election usually does the annual report. So this is a little message from the sponsor. My name is Hans Wildshoot. All you have to do is cross it up on the thing there, on the little block, print my name. So this is second bullet. The newsletter is excellent. Denise, my fellow supervisor, she does the annual report. And I used to do it when I was on the board in Irvine, and my HOA there. And it ain't easy to come up with a nice monthly report. First of all, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
Please.
Oh, sorry. Gosh, all these good words. I could kind of get carried away here. All right, so we do Denise does the annual, the monthly newsletter, and that alone is worth going to the website to look at it because she really puts everything on there that's worth reading and worth knowing. So, yeah, and then the last bullet is responding to ask the supervisor. You can go to the website and print out the form and send it in, or you probably can call the office. I don't see Serena here. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Serena, the office manager, she's very efficient, and she will definitely forward any questions that you have. Thank you. Okay, so in case of emergency, that is, of course, if you're not here, a 686 in front of it. All right, that's the area code. 686 area code 576-0345. Somebody will answer the phone, and if it isn't, if he speaks Spanish, please ask him to speak English. There's always somebody that answers that phone in English. Okay, emergency monthly reports reviewed with the supervisors. Yeah, okay, so this is some more stuff here. So right now, I think this is the last. Okay. This is Roberto is going to go through Roberto is going through the budget now, and then I'll use this as the last slide. Okay. So I guess you're going to need the screen for your presentation, right?
Yes, but why don't you go ahead on the budget
page, okay,
and finish with the presentation because at the end, after when I go out again, I present all the budget to everybody.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sam.
So, all right. So, I just want to make, Denise and I just want to make a point that, Roberto has two chiefs that helps him run the HOA, and that's Ricardo Perez, who is the manager of operations. He just is in charge of keeping everything running here. And then the other member is Eduardo Garcia, who's a financial guy and who tells us every month how much we're running low, okay, or whatever. And so this is just really a good operation. And I know it is because I was 10 years on the board in Irvine. And this, what is going on here, and the management here is better than what we had in Irvine, and that place had $1 million homes in it. So the thing is, that last bullet, I'm talking about the last bullet, it's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen, but somehow Roberto and Eduardo Garcia and Ricardo Perez, they have been trying to look forward and see what can and could happen, and that's all included in the budget. I mean, I highly recommend that you approve the budget because a lot of thoughts has gone into it. We started working on it 3 months ago, and so please vote yes for the budget. Please vote yes for that guy Hans Wildschut, and then you're going to have a good year coming up next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenneth. I will mention some last lines that in the overall status of the report. Like Hans said, everything that has been presented so far is based on what we know at the time that we start elaborating the budget. We start always in July, and we present it to November, so this is a gap of time there, but for all the work that we have to do it in that way. The serious things that can happen, like Hans mentioned is, for example, the hurricane. Nobody previewed that one. We know that there's going to be a hurricane season, but we never know how big they will be or how hard they will hit San Felipe. So those is one of the things that we don't know. That's the serious issues that we must keep under consideration. Right now, Mexico currently has close to a 10% inflation. We are living with that all around the world because of the war in Russia and Ukraine, plus the pandemic post-effects, plus the new era of not working in physical but for home, and that has created a void of labor hands in the places. We go to Mexicali and we see all around the big maquiladoras. We need people everywhere, and they are offering whatever they can because there is a shorthand of labor all around Mexico. Lvdm del Mar, indeed, as EDR in the wall, has to compete with Calimans for good workers because they need people too, so they are offering more. We must be able to offer salaries and benefits that are at least as good as Calimans. We have been doing that. We are keeping our people the best we can. So this is the report from Lvdm del Mar, from Hans and Denise. So thank you for hearing. Thank you, Hans. The next point in the agenda is the nomination and election of one supervisory committee member, according with the Article 66, for a 2-year term. I received one candidacy by mail. The candidate is Mr. Hans Wildschut. I would like him to present himself in front of you. Maybe you all know him, but it is good for the people who doesn't know him to know what's his background, how many times has been in the committee of supervisors. Yeah, the micro is on the table.
Well, I guess
As you know, when I gave the presentation, I kind of put the advertisements in there for you guys to vote on me. I don't know if there's anything else that you may have questions about my background or my plans or anything like that. Anybody, if you think you know enough about me already and that I've done a good enough job in the last 11 years that I've been a supervisor, then just go ahead and mark the little cross on the block with my name on it. Anybody wants to ask me a question? No? Well, thank you very much for voting for me. I appreciate it. Well, you know, I mean, I live here. I spend a lot of money, and I invested a lot of money in my house and my lot and everything, you know. So I'm going to do the best possible job for you guys, because I'm doing it for myself also. So, thanks again very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Vince. Okay. I have to open the floor for nominations. If somebody wants to run for supervisor, I have to say this. If there is a nomination, please raise your hand if you want to nominate somebody or be nominated. No one? Okay, then I close the nominations. Okay. Is there a motion to close the nomination? Yes, thank you. Second? Okay. Those in favor? Okay, thank you. Now I will present the expenses right now. It's the next point in the agenda for the budget of 2022 and the budget of 2023. Okay, here we have the budget. We can see that we have the different columns, budget of 2022, projection year number by the end of the year, budget to 2023, and the budget 23 against projection. So this is the budget against the projection. Okay, annual dues owners are 289. We have a budget of 619,000 for the year of 2022. The projection number at the end of the year is 577,000. Budget 2023 is 644,000. Other income, which is the money that Las Villas gives to La Ventana del Mar, 96,877. The same for the projection number, 96,877. The budget is 100,689. This is the total number for the year. This we divided in 12 months, more or less. The estimated collections we have is 45,000, but at the end of the year we are projecting 52,000, and budget is 52,000. DRC, 9,000, 8,200, and 9,000. I will omit mentioning all the columns because it will take forever to go through it. So we already know what the budget columns are, so I will only say the number. The resort fee, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. The total amount is for the 2022, 774,877. 779,077, and for the budget of 2023, 810,689. The expenses. In general maintenance, 81,647, 7,160, 80,643. Maintenance, 2,500, 2,000, 2,000. Supplies, 400, 400, 400. Utilities, 14,850, 15,840, 15,550. You can see here the budget of 2022, but we are over by $1,000 or less. This is because this is one of the things that we cannot predict. The inflation makes all the utilities go up. Same thing with gasoline, same thing with oil, same with the diesel and water. Maybe you hear that the government of Baja just made an increase in the water cost of 10% for houses and 30% for businesses. So those are things that we cannot predict. Those is something that affects our budgets, but we will have to work with all of that. The last line is taxes that we have to pay in everything that we buy. Is what we call the IVA. General maintenance and administration is 130,803, 132,397, 142,054. Sewage treatment plant, 27,810, 25,685, 26,306. Maintenance, 20,500, 25,060, 18,700. This will have to grow, but we already know that. Pool expenses, 69,350, 62,769, 72,275. This is one of the lines that has become very expensive. We buy all of these in Mexico or imported from the United States. So all the chain of supplies are very, very bad, and the prices in the, especially in the chlorine and tetrachlorine and all that will be put in pools, have raising prices incredibly. That's why this has gone up. Supplies, 5,000, 400, 825, 6,000. Utilities, 32,600, 35,013, 35,320. This is electricity and all that. Activities, in administration, 12,615, 8,136, 15,012. Supplies, 2,100, 2,100, 2,200. Utilities, 500, 508, 500. Taxes again. Security Department, administration, 700, 558, 700. Security Department, 94,442, 80,782, 104,186. These lines, you can see them different. Here, like $14,000, and here is over for another 10,000. This is the problem that we have getting people to work. This represents cost of extra hours of labor. We have to put people in double shifts because we don't have enough people. We are fighting against everybody in the town to get the best workers. And when we get our workers, it takes like 2 weeks. We take a trainee to start going into just the gates. To do the real work that we do is another extra time. So we invest time and money in training our people, but we have the best security in the whole town. We have more cars, we have more guards than the police in town. Okay, the city police, we help them with $800 and $400. Taxes again. Indirect costs is the contracts we have 241,120, 229,241, 215,346. The last one is taxes. We cannot get out of the taxes. Only death is harder than the taxes. Total operational expenses, 774,758, 739,011, and 810,599. The reserve, it's 119,1690. For a total of 774,877, 739,077, 810,689. This budget represents 10% increase in dues. Why is this increase? For all the reference that I have made to all the cost that we have had into the labor hemp work and the supplies, everything is going up. I don't know if you get to know yesterday or the day before that the Federal Bank Commission in the United States, they increased the interest rate by 0.75. Another one, it's like 3 or 4 this year. And whenever they do that in the States, we have it in 3 days in Mexico. So by Monday, I am expecting that they make the announcement that rates in Mexico are going high again. So that is why these increases have shown up. And we have to do this in order to keep working and providing the services you deserve and you have. Next, please. And this is the final numbers. Annual dues owners, 16,000, 19,000, 577,000, 644,000. Income from medias, 96,877. This is a resume. 96,877, 100,689. Estimated collections, 45,000, 52,000, 52,000. PRC, 9,000, 800, 8,200, 9,000. And resort fee, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. For a total income of 734,877, 779,077, 810,689. So if you have any questions, please go ahead. Yes.
The sewage treatment plant, is it working?
It's not really working. It keeps the flows going on into the, what is called in English? Well, the reservoir or the dump that we have. From there we pump it to our tanks, our trucks, and they take it out to the desert, into the desiccation lagoons that the cesspool has. That's where they treat the water, exactly. So we are making trips from La Ventana del Mar to that area daily. So it's almost 24/7. When there is high occupation, it's very, very often. When it's low occupation, mainly renters and that, we do a lot less trips, but we have to take it out there because we cannot do other things. The plan to make a sewer treatment plant is when the developer has the investment coming in, that he will finish the water treatment plant and then we'll stop doing those trips. Any other question?
Just a regular business kind of thing, but wouldn't it be more cost effective to have the sewer treatment thing?
Yes.
Rather than hauling and diesel and all
Oh
that
yes,
kind of stuff?
yes, because we have to be maintaining the trucks,
Right.
painting them, buying tires, services, all that. So the plant will be more effective.
Okay.
And that solves the problem totally. Yes.
What is the cost to finish the plant?
It's around 450,000, something like that. It's not the updated date because those are numbers from the developer, but we can ask him and he can let us know. Ingeniero Velarde is the guy in charge of all the water system of the ranch. So he is the expert. If I ask him, he can give me the numbers. The exact numbers at this time. Numbers increase, change. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the number that's in parens next to the annual dues, is
Yes.
that 289? Are those the number of people that have paid?
Yes, those are the owners that I'm paying right now.
So
Let me explain that. Yeah, tell me.
all the lots that are available in La Ventana del Mar, you know, only 289, it seems like the ratio is a little strange. And there ought to be some way to capitalize on that additional income. That's just me personally.
Well, we have been working with lawyers right now. We have been giving them a sample of owners that owe money, and they are following right now the steps to make a legal situation with them, saying to them, you owe this money, if you don't pay, there will be a lien in your property and it will be auctioned. Besides that, the government in the city has the authority to repossess the land or the condos or whatever that they have not paid taxes to because they want to collect their money that is behind. So they can do that, but on our own, we are already working with lawyers. Another good thing that is happening in La Ventana is that new people has come in and they have bought properties that were on sale, and there has been resales and new sales on the different areas for repossession that the developer has done, because there has been some people that say, you know, I don't want to go ahead. I am alone now. I don't want to go back to San Felipe for any reason. So right now there has been resales of that too. So there has been increasing the number of paying owners. We have seen that, not as 100 that would like to see that, but instead of going down, right now we get a level and a little bit over. So we are working in that, and we are working close with our collection department to push to get more money. If you see the reports in the web, you can see that they have been doing a very good work recollecting money from past years. That's important. Yes.
You only have one way or two ways to go. You either make more or you spend less. And we're down to the bottom of spending, no?
We review everything. Before we present this to you, we sit with the supervisors, and Lalo, Ricardo, and me, we go line by line. Let me tell you, this is not just, that's a game. It's very hard work. Like I told you, we start preparing this in July. So we have been working from July to November to present this. And these are the best numbers we can come up with. And the supervisors agreed on them because they work with us. They sit with us reviewing this, not in one, but in 3 meetings. And they were making suggestions, asking questions, and all that. Yes, sir.
If lots are foreclosed on, don't they revert back to the developer, or the developer doesn't pay fees, right?
The developer pays fees only in the lots that he has still in his hands. The